Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that I know is close to the hearts of so many English learners around the world: how to train your brain to speak English fluently. Imagine this for a moment. You open your mouth, and the words just flow. No hesitation, no awkward pauses while you translate in your head, no fear of making a mistake. Just clear, confident thoughts transforming into natural English sentences. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? Perhaps even impossible right now. But what if I told you the true secret to speaking fluent English isn't about memorizing English grammar rules or thousands of difficult words? What if the real breakthrough comes from simply training your brain the right way? Your brain, my friends, is an incredible adaptable muscle. And just like any muscle, when you train it consistently and intelligently, it becomes faster, stronger, and more powerful. The common problem I see with so many dedicated learners is this. They study English, but they don't actively train their brain to think in English. That's why speaking often feels slow, stressful, and sometimes, well, a little scary. In this comprehensive session, which will guide you for over an hour, we're going to completely shift your perspective. We'll explore simple yet profoundly effective brain training techniques that can transform the way you speak English confidently. These are methods used by natural, confident English speakers globally. We'll uncover powerful thinking exercises that help you stop translating forever, speaking drills that make English feel automatic, and listening habits that literally rewire your brain for fluency. If you've ever felt stuck, shy, or frustrated with your English speaking skills, if you've wondered how to speak English fluently and effortlessly, then this video might just change everything for you. Stay with me until the very end, because by the time we finish, you'll have a clear, actionable roadmap to building an English-speaking brain. This isn't just about learning. It's about transforming. So let's begin your journey to confident, natural English speaking today. Part 1, the mindset shift from translator to thinker. Our first big step, and perhaps the most crucial, is to change our mindset. Many of us fall into what I call the translation trap. When you want to say something in English, what's the first thing your brain does? For most learners, it's forming the sentence in their native language first, then trying to find the English words to match. This feels natural at first, doesn't it? Your brain is comfortable with your first language, so it defaults to it. But here's why this habit is a massive roadblock to fluent English speaking. It's like trying to run a race while stopping to tie your shoelaces every few steps. It slows you down tremendously. In a real conversation, people speak quickly and naturally. There's simply no time for that two-step process of thinking in your native tongue and then translating. This delay creates hesitation, makes you feel nervous, and often leads to confusion or mistakes because languages don't always translate word for word perfectly. You end up with sentences that sound unnatural, even if they're grammatically correct. Our goal is to train your brain to think directly in English. This removes that extra slow step of translation. It allows your ideas to flow directly into English words. At first, this will feel difficult, almost like trying to write with your non-dominant hand. But I promise you, with consistent, simple practice, your brain will adapt. Exercise number 1, the mind narrator. Let's try our first practical exercise, which I call the mind narrator. This is a fantastic way to start thinking in English. Here's how it works. Throughout your day, whenever you're doing something simple, silently narrate your actions or observations in very basic English sentences. Don't worry about complex grammar or advanced vocabulary. The simpler, the better. For example, right now, as you're watching this, you could think, I am sitting. I am watching a video. I am listening to the teacher. My phone is on the table. The room is quiet. When you're drinking your morning coffee, I am drinking coffee. The coffee is warm. I am waking up. When you're walking outside, I am walking outside. The sun is shining. The air is cool. I see trees. People are walking. The beauty of Mind Narrator is that the action is happening right now, so the words are common and directly connected to your real experience. This forces your brain to connect reality directly with English, bypassing your native language. Do this for just 5-10 minutes a day. You can even do it while waiting in line, washing dishes, or commuting. Every small thought in English builds stronger pathways. Exercise number 2, thought bubble. Our second exercise, thought bubble, takes this a step further. Imagine simple future scenarios or past events and narrate them. For example, imagine you are going to the grocery store. I need to buy food. I will buy apples and bread. I will go to the store after this video. Or recall a simple past event. Yesterday, I worked. I ate dinner with my family. I watched a movie. The key here is consistency. Little by little, these small mental exercises will make your brain more comfortable forming thoughts directly in English. You'll start to notice that English thoughts appear naturally without effort. This is the beginning of true fluency. So, practice your mind narrator and thought bubble every day. Part 2, immersion. Bathing your brain in English. Now that we're training our brains to think in English, the next step is to surround ourselves with the language. This is what we call immersion. Many learners believe immersion is only possible if you live in an English-speaking country. But that's simply not true anymore. Thanks to technology, you can create a powerful English bubble right in your own home, no matter where you live. Why is immersion so crucial for your brain? Because when your brain hears and sees English frequently, it slowly but surely becomes familiar with the sounds, words, and sentence patterns. This regular exposure is like feeding your brain the language it needs to adapt and grow. It trains your brain to understand and use English more naturally, just like a child learns their first language by constantly hearing it. Listening drills. Listening is one of the most powerful forms of immersion, and it's the true foundation of speaking English fluently. Before you can speak clearly and naturally, your brain must first understand how the language sounds. Active listening, mind argue. This means paying full attention. Podcasts are fantastic for this because they offer real conversations and useful expressions. Choose topics you're interested in. Who? Technology, sports, travel, cooking, personal development. Listen while traveling, walking, exercising, or relaxing. Even if you don't understand every single word, your brain is still learning to recognize the rhythm, intonation, and common phrases. YouTube videos are also excellent, offering both visual and audio cues. Start with content designed for learners or simple explanations on topics you already understand in your native language. Passive listening. This is about having English in the background. Play English music while you work or clean. Have an English news channel or talk show on softly. Your conscious mind might not be focused, but your subconscious brain is still absorbing the sounds, the cadence, and the general flow of the language. This familiarity makes English feel less foreign over time. Practice, exercise, listen, and spot. As you listen to a podcast or video, try to actively listen for specific types of phrases. Maybe focus on greetings or how people agree or disagree. or common transition words like however, therefore, in addition. This helps your brain filter and prioritize what it hears. Reading drills. Reading is equally important. It allows your brain to see how sentences are formed, how words are spelled, and introduces useful vocabulary and context. Start simple, don't dive into Shakespeare. Read short articles, blog posts, or news headlines about topics you enjoy. Websites like Breaking News English offer short articles with different difficulty levels. Change your device language. This is a powerful passive immersion technique. Set your phone, computer, and social media apps to English. Think about how many times a day you interact with these devices. Suddenly, all those notifications, menu options, and app interfaces are in English. You'll naturally pick up everyday vocabulary. For example, you'll learn settings, messages, compose, like, share, comment, practice exercise, read and rephrase, read a short paragraph or a few sentences from an article. Then, try to explain what you just read in your own simple English sentences, either silently in your head or out loud. This combines reading comprehension with immediate speaking practice. Storytelling moment. I once had a student who loved cooking. She started watching cooking shows in English, reading recipes in English, and even labeling her kitchen items with English words. At first, she understood very little, but her passion kept her engaged. After a few months, she not only understood the recipes perfectly, but was also describing her cooking process in English with surprising fluency. That's the power of daily, enjoyable immersion. The key with immersion is consistency. Even 10-15 minutes of focused listening or reading each day can make a significant difference. You're giving your brain a constant, gentle bath in English, and that regular exposure helps it build strong neural pathways for understanding and speaking. Part 3, Active Speaking Practice, Training Your Mouth Muscle. Man, you can listen for hours, read books, and think in English, but to truly speak English fluently, you have to actually speak. Your mouth is a muscle, and it needs training too. Many learners know a lot of English, but struggle to physically produce the sounds quickly and smoothly. Let's change that with active speaking drills. Speaking drill 1, mirror talk. This is a simple yet incredibly effective way to build English speaking confidence and work on your pronunciation. Stand in front of a mirror and talk to yourself in English. It might feel strange at first, even a little silly, but it's a judgment-free zone. Describe your day. Good morning. I woke up at 7 a.m. I had coffee. Now I am talking to myself in the mirror. Express opinions. I think the weather is nice today. I like this shirt. Practice introductions. Hello, my name is your name. I am learning English. As you speak, watch your mouth. Are you forming the sounds clearly? Are your lips and tongue moving correctly? Pay attention to your facial expressions and body language. This helps you develop not just your speaking, but your overall delivery. This exercise helps overcome the fear of speaking English in a safe environment. Speaking drill 2, shadowing simplified. This technique is a game changer for improving English speaking skills and natural rhythm. Shadowing means you listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say immediately, almost like an echo. You're not just repeating words, you're trying to copy their tone, speed, intonation, and pronunciation. How to do it 1. Find short audio clips, 10-30 second, from a podcast, a YouTube video, or an audio story. Choose something clear and not too fast for your level. 2. Listen once to understand the general meaning. 3. Listen again, and this time, as the speaker talks, you speak at the exact same time. trying to match them. Don't wait for them to finish. Try to be their shadow. 4. Repeat the same clip multiple times. Each repetition will make it easier. For example, if you hear, "I am going to the market today to buy some fresh vegetables," you immediately say, "I am going to the market today to buy some fresh vegetables," mirroring their pace and sound. Shadowing trains your brain and mouth to work together instantly. It helps you internalize natural English sentence patterns and improves your accent. Speaking drill 3, the random question generator, the high impact drill. This drill is incredibly powerful, and I want you to try it today. Go to Google and search for Random Question Generator. There are many free websites available. When you find one, simply click the button to generate a question. As soon as you see the question, open your mouth and start speaking. Don't think too long. Don't worry about grammar. Just speak. Your goal is to speak for at least 1 minute on that topic. Use your phone's voice recorder app to record yourself. Set a timer for 1 minute. When it goes off, you know you've succeeded. For example, if the question is, "What did you do this weekend?" you might say, "Oh, this weekend? Let me think. I had a pretty busy weekend, actually. On Saturday, I went to the park with my family. We walked around, the weather was really nice, my kids played, and we had a small picnic. Then in the evening, I watched a movie at home. On Sunday, I did some chores around the house. It was a good weekend, quite relaxing." Notice something? Because you've already been practicing thinking in English with your daily activities, those words and sentence structures come out more easily. After you finish speaking, listen to your recording. Notice your pronunciation, grammar, sentence structure, and vocabulary. Where do you pause? Where do you hesitate? Identify 1 or 2 areas to improve next time. During the exercise itself, just speak. Try this 3 times a day for just 2-3 minutes each. You will be amazed at your results in 30 days. Speaking drill 4. The prep framework, the game changer drill action 1 of the biggest fears when speaking English is not knowing how to organize your thoughts. You know the words, you know the grammar, but when someone asks you a question, everything disappears. This framework solves that problem. It's called the PREP framework, and it stands for point, reason, expand, point. Here's how it works. Point. Directly answer the question with your main idea. Reason. Explain why you gave that answer. Expand. Give more detail or a specific example. Point. Summarize by restating your main idea in a slightly different way. Let's practice with a simple question. How was your weekend? My weekend was fantastic. Reason, I finally had some time to relax after a very busy week. Expand, I watched a new movie on Saturday and spent the whole afternoon reading a book I had been waiting to finish. It was exactly what I needed. Point again. So overall, it was a perfectly relaxing and enjoyable weekend. Compare that to just saying good. See the difference? Prep turns a one-word answer into a natural, flowing conversation. Let's try one more, a slightly more formal question. Do you enjoy working in teams? Yes, I really enjoy collaborating in teams. Reason, I believe teamwork helps bring out the best ideas and perspectives. Expand. For instance, in my last project, our team had people from very different backgrounds. By combining our approaches, we created a solution that impressed everyone. So, I find that working with a team almost always leads to more creative and successful outcomes than working alone. Practice this with your random question generator. Generate a question, then answer it using PREP. Record yourself. You'll hear how your answers become longer, more structured, and much more fluent every single day. Speaking drill number 5, Cass. Question and answer simulation. This helps you practice English conversation by simulating one. Write down common conversation questions. For example, what did you do today? What are your hobbies? Why are you learning English? Ask yourself one question aloud, then answer it aloud as if you're talking to a real person. Try to expand your answers beyond just yes or no. Example? Yep. What do you like to do on weekends? On weekends, I usually like to relax. Sometimes I read a book or I go for a walk in the park. If the weather is nice, I might meet a friend for coffee. Practice exercise through daily daylog. Imagine a simple everyday interaction and act out both sides of the conversation. Ordering coffee. Hello, can I get a latte, please? Certainly. Anything else? No, thank you, just that. Asking for directions. Excuse me, how do I get to the train station? Go straight, then turn left at the traffic lights. This trains your brain to anticipate responses and formulate complete exchanges. Remember, the goal is not perfection, especially at the beginning. The goal is to get your mouth moving, to make English sounds, and to build that muscle memory. Every single sound you make in English is a step forward. Part 4, expanding your English brain, vocabulary and structure. Beyond just speaking, a fluent English speaker needs a robust vocabulary and a solid grasp of sentence structure. But let's ditch the boring memorization. Your brain learns best when words are connected to meaning and experience. Vocabulary Drill 1, Contextual Capture. Instead of lists, learn English vocabulary directly from the English content you consume. Podcasts, videos, articles. When you encounter a new word, don't just write it down. Write down the entire sentence it was used in. Then, try to understand its meaning from the context. Only check a dictionary if you're truly stuck. Most importantly, try to use that word in your own simple sentences within the next 24 hours. Example, you hear the weather is brisk today. You write that down. You understand brisk means a bit cold and fresh. Later you think, I went for a brisk walk. Vocabulary drill number 2, sentence builder. Take one new word you learned and challenge yourself to create 3 completely different sentences using it. This forces your brain to connect the word to various situations and grammatical structures. Example, for the word opportunity 1. Learning English is a great opportunity for me. 2. I hope to have the opportunity to travel next year. 3. He missed an opportunity to speak with the manager. Functional grammar for speaking. Many learners get bogged down by complex grammar rules. For English speaking fluency, focus on functional grammar. The grammar you need to communicate your ideas clearly. Instead of memorizing verb tables, notice how native speakers use different tenses in conversations. For example, listen for past tense when someone tells a story about yesterday, or future tense when they talk about plans. Don't try to be perfect. Aim for understandable. Your brain will automatically start to pick up correct patterns through consistent exposure and practice. Practice exercise. Grammar in action. Choose a simple grammar point, like the present perfect, I have been working. Then, tell a very short, simple story or describe recent experiences using that specific grammar. Example, I have just finished my work. I haven't eaten lunch yet. I have been studying English for an hour. This forces your brain to use the grammar, not just know it. Storytelling moment. I remember in my own language learning journey, I used to carry a tiny notebook. Every time I heard an interesting phrase or word in context, I'd jot it down. Later, I try to use it throughout the day. I stopped memorizing lists of isolated words and started collecting language moments. This made learning vocabulary so much more natural and effective, and it truly boosted my vocabulary for speaking. Your brain connects those words to your real life, making them much easier to recall. Part 5: Overcoming Obstacles and Maintaining Momentum. Hannah. It's natural to face challenges on your journey to achieve English fluency. Let's talk about some common obstacles and how to navigate them. Overcoming the fear of mistakes statius. This is perhaps the biggest barrier for many. Learners are afraid to speak because they worry about making errors. Let me tell you a secret. Native speakers make mistakes too. And more importantly, mistakes are not failures, they are feedback. Every time you try to speak and make a mistake, your brain learns what not to do or how to say it better next time. Mindset shift. See mistakes as proof that you are trying, that you are learning, and that your brain is actively working. No one learns to ride a bicycle without falling a few times. Focus on communication. Your main goal is to convey your message. If the other person understands you, you've succeeded, even if your grammar wasn't perfect. Perfection will come with time and consistent practice. What if I don't have a speaking partner? This is a common concern. But as we've discussed, you do have a speaking partner yourself. Revisit Mirror Talk and Daily Dialogue. Record your voice. Use your phone to record yourself speaking. Listen back to it. This helps you identify areas for pronunciation improvement and builds confidence in hearing your own voice in English. Online communities. There are many language exchange apps and websites where you can find partners. Look for groups on social media platforms dedicated to English learners in your area or online. Often, people are eager to practice. Motivation, small progress is still progress. Language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. You won't become fluent overnight. Expecting instant results can lead to frustration and giving up. Celebrate tiny victories. Did you understand a sentence in a podcast that you couldn't before? Did you form a sentence in English without translating? Did you describe your morning in English? These are all huge wins. Recognize and celebrate them. They build momentum and fuel your motivation. Patience and persistence are your best friends. Every small attempt to think or speak in English strengthens your brain's ability. Consistency versus intensity. Many learners study intensely for several hours once a week, then do nothing for days. This is less effective than practicing for just 10 to 15 minutes every single day. Why? Your brain needs regular, repeated exposure to build strong, lasting neural pathways. Think of it like watering a plant. A little bit of water every day helps it grow, while flooding it once a week can actually be harmful. Small daily practice is also easier to maintain. It prevents burnout and integrates English naturally into your routine. Practice exercise. The 5-minute English burst. Hello. How can you squeeze in practice every day, even when you're busy? 1. Describe one object in your room in English for 1 minute. 2. Listen to one English song and try to understand the chorus. 3. As you drink water, say, I am drinking water. This water is cold/warm. 4. Think about your plans for the next hour in English. 5. Repeat 3-5 sentences from an English video. These small, consistent bursts keep your brain engaged and reinforce your learning without feeling like a chore. This is how you learn English fast over time. Storytelling moment. I once taught a student who was so afraid of making mistakes that she would whisper her answers, even in a one-on-one lesson. Her progress was slow. I encouraged her to simply make noise in English, any noise, no matter how imperfect. We started with just repeating sounds, then single words, then short phrases. We celebrated every single time her voice got a little louder. After months, she was having real, albeit simple, conversations. Her confidence grew because she learned that making a sound, even a wrong one, was still progress. That's the power of consistency and embracing imperfection. Part 6, Your Daily Brain Training Formula for Fluency. To bring all these powerful techniques together, I want to give you a simple daily formula, a routine you can adopt to train your brain efficiently and effectively. It consists of 5 key steps. Listen, think in English, repeat, imagine, and practice daily. Let's break it down one more time and understand how they work together to boost English speaking and help you master English speaking. Make listening your foundation. Every day, expose your brain to authentic English. This means actively engaging with podcasts, videos, or real conversations. Focus on understanding the general meaning, recognizing pronunciation, and absorbing natural sentence patterns. Even short, focused listening sessions for 10-15 minutes train your brain to process sounds and understand English faster. Remember, listening is how your brain learns how the language actually works in practice, laying the groundwork for your own speaking. Step 2, think in English. Consciously train your brain to bypass translation. Use the mind narrator technique to describe your immediate actions and observations in simple English. Practice thought bubble to narrate imagined scenarios or recall past events. Start with very basic sentences. This habit, even for a few minutes each day, rewires your brain to form thoughts directly in English, reducing hesitation and making your responses more natural. Step 3, repeat. Actively engage your mouth and brain together through repetition. Use shadowing simplified by immediately repeating sentences after native speakers, focusing on matching their rhythm, intonation, and pronunciation. Also, repeat new vocabulary in context or phrases you hear. Repetition strengthens memory, improves your accent, and builds muscle memory in your mouth, making it easier to produce English sounds quickly and smoothly. Step 4, imagine. Utilize visualization and imagination to create a limitless practice environment. Imagine yourself in various situations: ordering food, asking for directions, having a conversation with a friend, Nena, and mentally form the English sentences you would use. This rehearsal gives your brain meaningful context for language use, connects words with experiences, and allows you to practice English conversation without needing a partner. It builds confidence and prepares your brain for real-life interactions. Step 5. I practice daily. This is the glue that holds everything together: consistency. It's the most vital step. Commit to engaging in these activities even for just 5-10 minutes every single day. Daily practice, whether it's a 5-minute English burst, a short mirror talk listening to one song, or using your random question generator and prep framework, builds lasting habits. It allows your brain to continually strengthen those neural pathways for English, preventing forgetting, and steadily building your fluency and confidence over time. This 5-step formula creates a structured, effective, and enjoyable routine. Listening provides authentic input. Thinking in English trains your brain for direct output. Repeating refines your speech. Imagining prepares you for real scenarios, and daily practice solidifies everything into natural habit. Each step reinforces the others, making the learning process powerful and enjoyable. By following this formula, you're not just studying English, you're actively training your brain. You're teaching it to process, understand, and produce English automatically. This approach helps you avoid common mistakes like over-translating or focusing too much on perfection. Instead, it fosters a natural, organic growth of your fluent English speaking abilities. Conlish Ion, your journey to confident fluency starts now. You've made it to the end of this comprehensive guide, and I truly commend your dedication. Remember, learning English is a journey, and every small step you take counts. Today, you've discovered that the real secret to speaking English fluently isn't about rote memorization, but about intelligently training your brain. We've covered powerful techniques that will transform your English thinking in English to stop translation and allow ideas to flow naturally. Immersing yourself daily to bathe your brain in the sounds and patterns of English. Active speaking practice through mirror talk and shadowing to train your mouth and build confidence. The random question generator to practice speaking on any topic, anytime, for free. The prep framework, point, reason, expand, point, to organize your thoughts and speak in full, fluent answers. Expanding your vocabulary and grammar in context. 2. Make learning meaningful and memorable. Overcoming obstacles by embracing mistakes and celebrating small progress. And finally, the 5-step daily formula: listen, think in English, repeat, imagine, and practice daily. Your brain is incredibly powerful and adaptable. With patience, persistence, and consistent application of these strategies, English will gradually become easier to understand and much, much easier to speak. Your brain will learn to process thoughts directly in English, and communication will begin to flow naturally. You will speak English confidently. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Start small, stay consistent, and celebrate every bit of progress. Which technique will you start using today to train your brain to speak English? Will it be mind narrator, shadowing simplified, mirror talk, the random question generator, or the prep framework? Share your answer in the comments below and inspire other learners on their journey to fluent English. If you found these tips helpful and want more guidance on boosting your English speaking skills, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our future lessons. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and your fluency will grow every single day. I believe in you, and I look forward to seeing your incredible progress. Until next time, keep speaking, keep learning, and keep training that brilliant brain of yours.